Hey guys, it's Doug McGuff with Body by Science, drmcguff.com, and Ultimate Exercise. Just wanted to discuss with you some recent research that I found. On a prior video, I discussed my desire to see studies done using a split body protocol where the subject serves as his own control. I proposed doing such a study where one side of the body was trained to deep inroad and the other side was trained with an equivalent workload, but with long rest between repetitions to avoid inroad as much as possible in comparing the results. Well, I have found two studies in the recent literature that use this split body protocol to investigate two different parameters as to protocol. So one compared using a high load and low repetition to fatigue versus a low load and high repetition to fatigue protocol using subjects as their own control. The other used a standard and constant workout routine as opposed to a highly varied routine on the opposite side of the body to see if there would be any differences. Again, using a split body protocol and using the subject as their own controls. So real quickly, the first one comparing variable versus non-variable training was done in the Journal of Applied Physiology, July 3rd, 2019 edition. This was published electronically ahead of print, so it should be available by now for anyone that wants to look it up. The other one, where we were comparing load and repetition duration, was the July 11th, 2019 edition of the Journal of Physiology. This was also published electronically ahead of print, but now should be available for anyone that wants to look it up. So what were the conclusions? Well, the conclusions were both for comparing load versus repetition number, high versus low, as well as constant routine versus highly varied routine within the subject serving as his own control. Both studies, no difference. The interesting thing was that in these studies, when they compared the variation between subjects, what we found was a 30-fold difference, a 30-fold increase in variation of results between subjects as opposed to the subject himself. So what this seems to show, once again, that any reasonable protocol done with a reasonable load and reasonable intensity is going to trigger a very similar adaptation in a given subject, and that the main secret for having really marked results from resistance training is mostly to be a member of the lucky Sperm Egg Club. So for drmcguff.com, Body by Science, and Ultimate Exercise, Doug McGuff signing out.